Be blessed, people. Isn't it amazing when one sees prophecy being fulfilled right before their eyes? Now, folks, I have decried over and over again, but I know prophecy has to be fulfilled, so it is what it is. So all I got to tell you, in your blind piety lies your destruction. So there was a ruling. This group in Massachusetts, they name it Satan's Temple, I guess. They're saying they're not Satanists. They're probably atheists. And they did it to draw attention to what's going on in government as far as religion. Well, a court in Massachusetts ruled against them and then started a jig because they sued this, the local government or something. Start doing this jig by telling the local government that they have ruled against this group because of certain technicalities, but that doesn't give them the leeway to proselytize or violate the First Amendment. This is a bunch of hogwash. There's nothing to interpret, okay? Separation of church and state is in the First Amendment. It's just like the purists with the Second Amendment. There's no purity in the first. The same Constitution that gives them the right to bear arms, the same Constitution says, hey man, you're not allowed no government involvement in religion. Before that was written, the Messiah says, surrender to Caesar what is Caesar's and keep what Christ is Christ. It was established way back then. But no, we're not learning. So you think the rise of Christianity, and not just any Christianity, it comes from Catholicism. You think the rise of Catholicism is just because? No. The rise of Catholicism is that beast that they talk about that was wounded. The beast that was. Okay? So the beast that was is starting to heal its wounds. We live in a secular society, folks. Me, just like you are a gun nut and a Second Amendment purist, I am a purist in the sense that this is why we have temple, mosque, and whatever. You're not even supposed to be having a Bible and swearing in on a Bible. The book says you swear to nothing, but always tell the truth. No Bibles, no Qurans. You're not supposed to do that. Having open prayer in government is illegal according to the Constitution. And also, the Master has frowned upon it. He says, find a quiet place, find a closet, put yourself in there, and don't use vain, repetitious words. He says, before you open up your mouth, your Father knows. Only the heathen does things like that for show. That is the work of the devil. A heathen has open prayer and forcing others to join in. That is the work of the heathen. That's why I say, in your piety lies your destruction. So you see, this religious fervor. Oh, we have to have the 10 Commandments in schools. We have to have the Bible in schools. Now, this clown in Oklahoma says he's going to teach the Bible as a historic document. Okay? The Bible is not like Greek mythology. You cannot teach the Bible without you've been taught the entirety of it. You will lose the concept. But this is the way how the Antichrist will take control of this world and have a one world religion. Okay? So right now, You guys not even been forced to bow down. You're willingly doing it. Like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, which weren't their names. Typical move. When they enslave you, they change your names. But they says, King, we are not careful about our words. We ain't gonna bow down. We're not careful about this. This is written in stone. It's on the wall that we cannot bow down. It is written that you cannot mingle with Caesars and Christ at the same time. You have to have a separation. Now, I get to understand this is the prelude to what's to come. Okay? So, they're saying when the Antichrist shows up, he'll be able to interpret dark sentences, stuff that troubled us for a long time, that's written in the Bible. He'll be able to come up with an explanation and says, yes, this is what it is. I'm God. Worship me. You guys are setting yourself up for destruction. I have no idea what a Bible would do in the schools. I have no idea what the Ten Commandments would do in the schools. All I got to say is that the Israelites had even more than the Ten Commandments and a Bible. They had the Most High protecting them. They witnessed all of the plagues in Egypt. They witnessed all the miracles. Clouds by day, fire at night. Food been dropped out of the sky, and yet they rebel. Not even 40-something days, not even 39 days into the trek, they rebel. They rebel, and they keep rebelling and keep getting punished. Rebel, they keep getting punished. Moses went away, they thought he was dead. You know what they decide to do? To have an orgy. Let's build an idol and have an orgy. You guys are kidding yourself, man. You're stupid to believe this. The book says when the Antichrist shows up, this is what he's going to do. They say by peace, he would destroy wonderfully. What in God's name is wrong with you people, man? What is wrong? Do you guys read the scriptures? No, I don't think you do. Because the main proponents of this nonsense are Catholics. Okay? Catholics has the scriptures dictated to them. Actually, they're told to pray to Mary. Can't find that nowhere in the book. They call the Pope Father. What did Jesus says? Call no man Father on the earth. One is your Father in heaven. All of these images, all of this idolatry, all of this pagan behavior, they got them all already. So why not? Why not introduce, Christmas is there, Easter is in the schools, so why not? It's all good. Why not? A damn bunny laying eggs. A bunny that lays eggs. And you guys have a problem. A male rabbit that lays eggs. Telling that to your children, and you got a problem with transgender people. Ain't that something? Now, ladies and gentlemen, look at me closely. I grew up going to your Sunday churches. I was forced to. I am so blessed that I didn't rebel against Christ because I had all the reason to. But as I have grown up, I started thinking like a man. I knew something was missing. I knew people were lying. And I started searching and searching, and I found the truth. You guys, like I was growing up in the islands, would tell me, drinking and smoking is a sin, but yet you got that swine meat in your mouth. I haven't seen where smoking is a sin, and being drunk is a sin, not being a drinker. I saw in the Bible where it says a little wine is good for smooth the stomach. And I could see in the feast days, it differentiate what wine is. It said you could even have strong drink. You see, God wants us to be happy, folks. The reason why people are not serving God the right way is because of the laws of man. They constrain your happiness. Okay? They're telling you, oh, a woman cannot wear pants. No, that is foolishness, man. A woman could wear pants that was made for women. We got different cuts and different styles. If it's for a woman could wear it, a man cannot. This is how it works. Oh, you cannot wear earrings. Well, where did the Israelites get the jewelry from to make that golden calf? Oh, you cannot smoke. Show it to me. Smoking is not a sin. It might send you to your maker quicker, potentially. It's not a sin. All of this nonsense, man. It's just like Jesus told them. When he went into that temple and his disciples were hungry and they started eating immediately. And the piety of the Sadducees and Pharisees, they was like, Jesus, why do you make your men eat without washing their hands? And Jesus asked them, said, what sin is that? What sin is that? Tell me, you hypocrite. Their hands are dirty. Maybe they infect themselves, making them go quicker to their maker. But he says, what sin is that? This is the problem we have, man. Now, if you want to teach the Bible, you got to teach the Bible in its entirety. Okay? Lot's 2 daughters slept with him. I don't know how drunk Lot could have been. One eye. Lot's 2 daughters slept with him. You're talking about abortion. Okay, show me that in the Bible. When the Israelites went to Jericho, what was their mission? Huh? Kill everything that breeds. Kill everything that breeds. How many babies were on the ark? Tell me. How many? You guys are fools. To have abortion or not is supposed to be a personal choice. Like serving what God you want should be a personal choice. You guys are taking away personal choices from people and installing what you think is right. Guess who's going to do that in the future? You guys are idiots. You are laying the groundwork for the Antichrist to take over. I know you can't help yourself. It's prophecy. It's only people like me who could see through this nonsense. I knows what the book says. I know that God says the righteous seldom will be saved. He says to work out your own salvation first. You guys are clowns. You don't know what's written in the book because the Catholic tradition is to dictate to you what they want you to know. For this reason, Martin Luther was excommunicated because he says, hey man, this is not what is in the book. You're telling lies. You're just letting people know half. So he went out and translated the book out of Latin into other languages so people could read for themselves. You guys can still not reading for yourself. You're still praying to Mary. You can't find that in the book. Mary is dead. Mary is probably oil, crude oil right now. Mary's probably crude oil. The book says it's appointed to man once to live, then after the judgment. Who is getting called? He said the grave is going to give up the dead. He's not said heaven is going to give up the dead. He said the grave. My goodness, man. My goodness. You're praying to Mary, and some people is telling me that's normal. Bless me, Father, for I've sinned. You asking a sinful man to bless you. What's wrong with you having a direct line to our Father? This is what God says, how you pray. Our Father, which art in the Vatican. No. Our Father, which is in heaven, not the Vatican. You guys are clueless. What's the matter with you? You guys got this Kansas City chief kicker gets up there with his pious nonsense. Means nothing to me. I know what the scripture says. You continually blurring the lines. You got to teach the Bible in its entirety. There's a passage in there that it says the men in Egypt. Thus we know that Egypt was really the land of Ham. He says the men in Egypt, their issues were like donkeys, and they were hung like horses. That's in there. Look it up. He was talking about the appendages of the man in Egypt. All of these things. There's a story that this guy went home. He asked God for help in a battle. And he says, I'm going to sacrifice the first thing I see. Guess what happened? His poor only daughter, lovely child, walked through the door to greet her father. This is the type of decisions you guys make blindly. There's another story. With this guy, his wife left home. He went and he got her. He says, while coming back, he says, you know what? She says, let's stop at this tribe and rest. He says, no, I'm going to go to my tribe. It's the Benjamin tribe. My last name. Guess what? The Benjamin tribe was full of, like they say in the islands, booger man, batty man. They wanted to sleep with him. So the family that took him in told these men, stop, I got virgins here, I'm going to give them to you. Well, they insist, just like in the case of Lot. So what? They took the man's wife and abused her. She came home in the morning and dropped dead in front of the door. You know what the husband did? He dismembered his wife in 12 pieces. Send it out to the different tribes and say, what you gonna do about this? All of this is in the Bible. The story is long, but all of these things are in the Bible, folks. You guys are fooling yourself with your piety. One has to work out their own salvation first. Take that stuff out of your eyes first. You could point out all the gay stuff and transgender stuff, what's in your closet. Nothing wrong with pointing out that lifestyle, but you need to point out the others. The fornication, adultery, stealing, it's all sin. But just like the thief on the cross, you got to condemn, like Jesus did with the adulteress too. You got to condemn the lifestyle and give the person a chance to change. But no, in your piety, you condemn the whole individual. And that would lead to your destruction.